Hey guys, welcome to Surviving the Two Bays Trail. I'm Sean, this is Matt, Pat and Beck. And here we go.
And I'm Chris. Don't forget me.
Odd chef. You can do both. Oh, do you? Yeah. 2 kilometre climb before you hit the trail. Okay, so little 2 kilometre climb up the hill, and you come to a car park at the start of Bunurong track, and you're going to enter the trail, and you go about another kilometre of up before it starts to level off. Bit of a roller coaster, and it'll come back down the other side of Arthur's Seat.
So which one should I pick? Like when you get really it looks like they're carrying ridiculous amounts.
Keep walking. Okay, so for this first 2 kilometre climb, especially when you hit the trail trail gets quite narrow, and although it doesn't look too bad right now, when you put about 750 people on it, you're going to know the difference. So this is obviously the Dramana start is for the 28k runners, and this section through here is like going to be like Burke Street on a Friday lunchtime. So don't go out too hard on the first climb, because you'll find you'll end up just getting stuck anyway. If you're a faster runner, try to get near the front, and then you're just going to really be power hiking up this hill. It's only going to be the elite guys who are going to be running it. You'll cook yourself really fast if you try to run up this. It's a very long climb, so like I said, 2 kilometres up the road, you'll hit the trail. You then got another kilometre worth of these steps, a gravel path. So go too hard too soon and you'll be mincemeat. Runs from up here. Good looking back at it.
The Cape Shank end as well.
Yeah, yep.
So after you come across the top of Arthur's Seat, you'll start to hit a bit of a downhill, some steps. It gets a little bit more tricky underfoot, so just watch it. It's obviously a lot of rocks and stuff, so ankles and things are a bit of a risk. So just make sure that you're watching your footing, and especially if you've got a bit of a traffic jam, it doesn't take much to go over. So look out for this bit. So as you get to the end of the single track at the top of Arthur's Seat, you'll come into a wide sort of open file trail. It's nice, easy, sloping downhill, bit of grass and gravel, and then it gets a little bit steeper and really loose underfoot, so some pretty loose rocks. As you come down this, you just make sure you've got a bit of traction on your shoes. You don't go too hard because it gets a bit slippery.
Yeah, you run the grass section, don't you?
Scared of snakes, they come up.
Yeah.
Slippery.
Okay, so as you come off the Two Bays Trail onto Waterfall Gully Road, take a left onto Gulgowie, a little bit of suburban area through the streets and houses, and you'll come into another little bushland section along a boardwalk. It can be a little bit slippery if it's wet. You're probably not likely to be wet in January, but it can be a bit slippery, obviously a bit busy if there's a lot of people on it. Off the boardwalk back onto some more suburban streets, and then you'll see a little bit further on we hit a gravel road, and then back onto the trail. Okay. So you come out of the suburban area and you'll hit a roundabout and you'll see this volunteer right here, and she'll point that way, and that's where you'll go.
Oh, we're talking about Joanna, are we?
Then
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the dogs.
The Jules Road section, come through a fence, little grassy climb, and then it drops down a big hill. It's good fun. Cross that little boardwalk and then it's another climb. Alright, so you come off the trail, across Browns Road, and then you're going to head down a long gravel road called Hislops Road, and we've got apparently 17.4 k's to the end. Let's go. It's about 2k, roughly. Okay, so we've come off Hislops Road, we'll take a left turn, then a right turn. It's a bit sandy through here, and then pretty flat. This is through Greens Bush, so you know, a fairly cruisy section through Greens. It gets a little bit hilly towards the end before you hit, have you hit at the end?
Boneyard Road.
Before you hit Boneyard Road, thank you, very good, let's go. So we've just come through Greens Bush, Seawinds Gardens, which is top of Arthur's Seat. 9.9 k's back that way. We're still going through Greens Bush, it's pretty flat. You come out, hit this little road, chuck a right turn, and then you can see Cape Schenck, 14.5. Not far to go. Really fun section here, gradual downhill, not technical but really fast single track, and it turns into a bit of a ferny, almost rainforesty fun section here, so you'll enjoy this if you've got a bit of energy to let the legs go. So last little section here through Greens Bush, a few K to go through to Bonio Road, 4.3, 9.3 to the end. Lots of tree cover through this section here, so if it's a little bit warm, you're going to be nice and protected from the sun. Really kind of beautiful single track, and you can move fairly quickly through it, so it's lots of fun. Come on. So coming towards the end of the Greens Bush section now, it sort of opens out into a great big open paddock almost, sort of a gentle climb up over the hill down the other side, a little bit more bushland, about 1.5 km I suppose through to Bonio Road before you hit the last section through to Bushrangers Bay. Let's go. Alright, so we've come out of the Greens Bush section. It's about, so we've come 19 k's from Arthur's Seat, about 22 and a half from Dramana. You come now to Bonio Road crossing, major aid station here, so lots of food, lots of drink, lots of noise, really good supportive people. Then we're going to hit the last section, which is about 5.5 k through to the lighthouse. Deceptively tricky this little bit is there's some skinny little single track, some great views, and then some stairs just towards the end which go up quite sharp. And will challenge the quads with whatever you've got left in the legs, so let's do this last section. Gets a bit sandy in sections. There's your first little peak of Bushrangers Bay as we're heading towards the lighthouse. Hear that? It's the ocean. Bushrangers Bay Beach down the hill here. Last little section through to the lighthouse. Remember, you got that last climb up the steep steps towards the end, and about 1 k or so through to the lighthouse at the finish, and then we're all done. Alright, so we drop down and cross Burrabong Creek, which is a couple little steps and a bit of duckboard, and then back up here, and then you'll see 4 or 5 little steps here that don't look like much, but that's the start of what is a completely unnecessary bunch of steps right before the finish of the 28. So you'll see in a section, it's quite steep. I wouldn't recommend trying to run up that unless you're feeling really, really fresh. Save your legs for the last bit from the top of the steps through to the finish line at the lighthouse. And there's more.
Go.
When you see this little forward drive track, you know you're just about there.
Yep.
And that's the Two Bays Trail. Hope you enjoyed that. So that was the 28k course from Dramana through to Cape Schanck. If you're doing the 56, you'll start here, go back to Dramana with a little detour on the way, then come back and finish here.
There may be a few more people here when you're on race day and a bit of a finishing shoot, but
Yeah, a little bit
you'll have to
more
imagine
noise.
that for now.
That's right. So if you've got any questions about coaching, nutrition, anything like that, make sure you drop in and see us at brewstersrunning.com and check out the Bulletproof Runner program, brewstersrunning.com/BPR. And we'll see you in January.
See you then.
Bye.